Is this the week that the Texans get Tank Dell rolling on offense? It's got to be, right? This is the week. Look, I'm going to grab your cheeks here on the video like the little old ladies at church used to do to me. Is this the week? It's kind of what I want to do to Bobby Slowik sometimes with this offense. Tank Dell's got to get rolling for this team. It feels like he could be the key to really opening everything up and turning this very good offense into a super explosive offense. The three-headed monster that we thought the Texans were going to have. Through 3 games that Tank Dell has played, he's coming back from the rib injury. He'll be playing against the Buffalo Bills. Through 3 games, Tank Dell has 9 catches, 99 yards. He's got a couple of carries and 35 rushing yards. That's it through 3 games. Through 3 games last year, he had over 250 yards of offense. He was a much better player early on last year than he has been to this point. He was used in a much better way. Now, look, we knew there was going to be some sort of drop-off with Stefon Diggs in the rotation here and taking away some of the targets and getting some of the yards that would have gone to Tank Dell. But you've got to be able to service all of the wide receivers. And look, when Nico Collins is rolling like he's rolling, get him the football. But C.J. Stroud has talked about it. Stefon Diggs has talked about it. The open guy gets the football. Well, I trust Tank Dell to be getting open. He just got to be the read for C.J. Stroud. And speaking of Stroud, he knows that Tank Dell's got to get going. I asked Stroud this week, hey, is there something you need to change or do or adjust to make sure that Tank Dell is included and rolling in this offense?
I would say just him being himself, our team owning our identity, and really just playing what we see. So, I think last year was last year. Even though I think he did really great last year. I know he wants to move on from that and do well this year, and he's very motivated. We're motivated to get him rolling too. So, it's part of my job to get him the ball and to make sure that he gets his fair amount of targets, just like everybody else. So, but no, that's definitely a key component to this game is getting Tank Dell going because I think he's one of the best receivers in the league.
Now, I love C.J. Stroud's answer. Don't worry too much about last year, Cody. Last year's different circumstances, and they got to trust what they're doing on offense. I'm not advocating for totally changing the way that they distribute the ball or throwing some gimmicky stuff Tank Dell's way and getting him the football just to get him feeling good and get a couple of receptions under his belt. No. But maybe call an extra play or 2 where Dell's the first or second read instead of the second or third read for C.J. Stroud. Look, I know the open guy and the most open guy is going to get the football. I trust that Tank Dell can get open, especially if the Texans just start using him like a wide receiver. It felt like the first 3 games, there was a bit more gadget to the way that they used Tank Dell. Don't put Tank Dell in a box. Nobody puts Tank Dell in a box. Nobody puts baby in the corner. It's the first of multiple 80s movie references you'll get in this video. Nobody puts baby in the corner. Nobody puts Tank Dell in a box. Don't treat him like a gadget player. He played outside last year more than he played inside. He is an outside wide receiver. I know what the size tells you and you think he is, slot guy, gadget guy. Don't use him like that. Stop with the reverses, handing him the football. Let him go out there, win on the outside, and get him the football. And let him eat in the space over the middle as well. A quick moment here for my friends at Prize Picks. You see the great offer on the screen. Play your first 5, get $50 in bonus from Prize Picks. Use my code STOOTS, S-T-O-O-T-S. S-T-O-O-T-S is the code. Use it at the link in the description down below. Play your first 5. Doesn't matter if you win or lose. You get that $50 in bonus. Let's show you how easy it is to put together a Prize Picks entry. You're right there on the NFL tab. I want Stefon Diggs. And I want Stefon Diggs to score more than half a rushing or receiving touchdown. Then let's keep the 80s rolling. How about Dalton, the main character from Roadhouse? About 2 Daltons in this matchup. I like more on Dalton Schultz's 25.5 receiving yards, and I like more on Dalton Kincaid to score a touchdown. 5 gets you 60 if you win the whole thing. Let's put it in. That's how easy it is to put together Prize Picks, and it's really easy to play your first 5 and get 50 when you use my code STOOTS, S-T-O-O-T-S, at the link in the description down below. Look, if they're going to keep explosives from being something easy for CJ Stroud to get with the way that opposing defenses are playing Stroud, that's fine. Let Tank Dell win short and quick like he can, because as Bobby Slowik explains, he is very difficult to defend, and Slowik knows they got to get Tank Dell rolling.
Yeah, Tank's fast. I mean, there's people that you say are fast, but Tank's a different level of speed that you feel on the field. You know, Nico, I think Nico hits GPS that other people on our team like rarely, if ever, hit. So, without a doubt, Nico's fast. Also, it just feels different when it's Tank. Something about his stride, his turnover, it gets on DBs very, very quickly. And when you can run the route tree the way he runs it, and get in and out of breaks like he can get in and out of breaks, and how fast he comes out of them, like that just becomes really hard to cover really fast. So the more we can help isolate him when needed, and in particular when teams are taking away Nico, when they're taking away Steph, when they're worried about other matchups on Dalton, it's just a great way for us to isolate a one-on-one that we have supreme confidence in.
Sounds to me like Bobby Slowik's got a need for Tank Dell's speed. Little Top Gun there for you. Second movie reference for you. But no, he talks about how good Tank Dell is and how tough it is when Dell is dealt a one-on-one matchup, and some of the focus is elsewhere. Where, as Bobby Slowik kind of laid it out there for you, the Bills are going to have to worry about Nico Collins. He's the NFL's leading receiver by a good margin. The Bills know what Stefon Diggs can do. They know that Diggs in the slot's going to try to attack over the middle. So as they kind of focus and shift to take care of those players, hey, Tank Dell, one-on-one matchups, 7 has to find 3 in those one-on-one matchups and take advantage, because Dell is going to win some of those. He's going to win some of them quick and short. He's going to win some of them a little bit longer and deeper down the field as well. And there's opportunities to get things going for this team by getting the ball to Tank Dell, especially in this matchup, if the Bills are accounting for Nico Collins and for Stefon Diggs, like I believe they will. Again, not advocating for changing the makeup of this offense and a couple of gimmick throws out there to Tank Dell, but getting Dell involved and having him dominate as that third wide receiver for this team would go a long way in what should be a little bit of a track meet against this Buffalo Bills team. It's a really good offense. They're probably going to put some points on the board. The Texans are going to need to move the football, get some of those explosive plays that have eluded them a little bit in the passing game to this point. And as Bobby Slowik mentioned, you get that one-on-one matchup. You get Tank Dell with that speed that Slowik talks about, the precision route running, and you get that matchup that you want versus that defensive back. Just feels like that's going to be a big advantage, Texans, if CJ Stroud can get him the ball and get him the ball a couple of times when he's winning those one-on-one matchups. You get Dell going, you sprinkle in some Stefon Diggs over the middle, probably with a touchdown, I would think. I mean, against this former team, he's got to score a touchdown, right? Plus what Nico Collins does, and then maybe, just maybe, you could survive what's been a lackluster rushing attack to this point. Sprinkle in a little tight end magic as well, and you suddenly have a recipe for this offense exploding the way that we had thought and hoped this offense was going to explode in this matchup. Getting Tank Dell going, it's a big piece of taking care of the Buffalo Bills. What say you? The Tank going to get going in this one? Let me know in the comment section down below. On your way down there, throw me a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And don't forget to visit our friends at Prize Picks. Prize Picks, the best and easiest way to play daily fantasy. You can already get some of your selections in for this Texans matchup. We went through what we put in already earlier in the video, so check that out if you missed that. You can see the Dalton double up that we put together for this one, and snuck in a little Stefon Diggs there as well. Prize Picks, the best, easiest. You see the great offer on the screen as well. You don't want to miss out on that. If you don't want to miss out on the food review, stay tuned. But if you're here for the football, appreciate you watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Can't wait until we talk Texans again soon. But if you want to talk food, well, it's coming your way right now. Food review time. Got a fun one for you. Another limited edition chip from the fine folks over at HEB. And this one's going to be tough to get a good grade, to get a good score on this one, because it's one of my favorite things in the world. And I don't know if it's going to translate to chip form. I love biscuits and gravy. Oh, one of my favorite things to have for breakfast. I could eat it every morning for breakfast. It would probably not be good for me if I did that, but I love biscuits and gravy. So when I saw these at HEB, I had to grab these and I had to give a food review score on them. About $2.50, $3 for the limited edition biscuits and gravy thin chips from HEB. And there's the little trick for you. When they have seasoning, turn it upside down, give it a shake, gets your seasoning evenly distributed. Let's give it a shot here. All right, obviously with these limited editions, there's some unusual smells sometimes. Oh, that smells just like gravy on there. All right, let's get a chip here. Nothing too crazy from a seasoning standpoint. Let's get a fired one up here. No way. How'd they do this? Let me get like a multi-chip situation here. No, come on. No way they replicated this. Oh, wow. Look at that finish, that flavor finish. Hold on. That is crazy. That is crazy. I mean, it tastes just like biscuits and gravy. I mean, you get the lightness or the sort of the fattiness, the milkiness from the gravy, but you also get that earthiness from the biscuit. Obviously, the biscuits and gravy aren't crunchy like a chip is. So that's sort of a unique flavor or unique texture with the flavor profile. But, oh, man, that tastes just like biscuits and gravy. Now, it's not the most overwhelming biscuit or gravy flavor, but, man, that tastes just like biscuits and gravy. That's remarkable. That's a great job by HEB. Look, I don't know if I could eat a bunch of these. Typically with a bag of chips, I could sit there and eat half the bag, maybe the whole bag. Sometimes, you throw me some Doritos or some Funyuns, I might eat the whole bag. All right. This, I probably wouldn't eat the whole bag because it is such a unique and distinct flavor. This would be a fun, hey, we got 5-6 people over. You guys tried these, cracked these open. Everybody has a little bit. I wouldn't say that you're going to eat a whole bunch of these, but the flavor, that is remarkable that they have been able to replicate biscuits and gravy. Hold on, let me get one more in here. That's a really good job by the R&D department over there at HEB. I like those. Again, I don't think you can eat a whole lot of them, but on flavor alone, if you like biscuits and gravy, you got to try these. It's a nice novelty item. I don't know that it's going to be your favorite chip or anything like that. I'm going with a very strong 9.5 on this one. 9.5 for the biscuits and gravy chips from HEB, the limited edition chips from HEB. They taste just like some biscuits and gravy. And now I'm thinking for breakfast, I'm going to have to find me some biscuits and gravy. Man, those are good. That's a strong recommend as like a little one-off here. I don't know what's going to be your favorite chip, but I feel like you're going to enjoy that one. The biscuits and gravy chips from HEB, a limited edition chip. And my goodness, it tastes just like biscuits and gravy. Great job, HEB. Great job.